I've never seen such a talented director. He only has 2,000 yuan and wants to hire world-famous stars as actors. When the stars refuse, they find ways to secretly film them. If there aren't enough actors, they make a dog wear high heels to fill in. Without a crew, they go to the border to recruit. Without filming equipment, they secretly borrow it. Without a script, they have the company accountant write one. With just this ragtag team, the director still wants to compete for the annual Oscars. Can they succeed? The director has dreamed of making movies since he was a child. Now he's 49 and still hasn't succeeded. The company is on the brink of bankruptcy. His hair has turned gray from worry, and the dog is so hungry it's lying belly up. The phone bill is over $50, and the only 2-bit part actors in the company want to quit and find other opportunities. At this critical moment, the accountant steps up to the challenge. He spends 12 days writing a script. After reading it overnight, Old Bai is very satisfied and regains his confidence in aiming for the Oscars. He asks the dog next to him if it agrees. The dog gets up and leaves the room. He then gathers all the company members. The script is called Big Raindrop, and it tells the story of aliens hiding in raindrops to save the Earth. Seeing the boss so full of confidence, the employees can't help but feel skeptical. To secure the lead actor, Old Bai first sneaks into a clothing store and swaps a branded suit. Through a friend, he learns Iron Man's whereabouts and gets a sports car from a car washing buddy. Old Bai drives the sports car to a restaurant, unplugs the car phone, and sits next to Iron Man, pretending to discuss big business. This successfully catches Iron Man's attention. Seeing Old Bai's disconnected phone line, Iron Man doesn't expose him but instead takes the script to read. He says, "If you can get Xiao He to be the lead actor, I'll invest money, and you can start filming immediately." Old Bai leaves the meeting very excited. He turns to the waiter and asks, "Do you know anyone who knows Xiao He?" Xiao He is a popular movie star, very picky about scripts, and gently rejects those he doesn't like. Old Bai takes the opportunity to sneak into Xiao He's house, claiming he's there to deliver a script and mentions he's from the Meditation Society. Upon hearing the enthusiastic invitation from Xiao He of the Meditation Society, he got in the car. Before he could escape from Shi Biyuan's lies, he was exposed. Lao Bai was immediately thrown out of the car. I have never seen such a shameless person. The Meditation Society is a huge cult organization. Xiao He suffers from delusions. The mentor gave him 2 rules. First, there are no aliens in the world. Second, don't show your treasure to the cheerleaders. Each of these rules made Xiao He feel worse than death. Lao Bai returned home and told everyone that not only did he secure Iron Man's investment, but Xiao He also agreed to be the lead actor. Everyone was quite excited upon hearing this. Only Lao Bai was secretly panicking. Xiao He hadn't agreed at all. What to do? This unknown director from the 18th tier wants to aim for the Oscars without Xiao He's consent. What to do? Lao Bai plans to use hidden cameras. As long as the important scenes feature him, the other scenes can be done casually. There's no filming budget. What to do? Lao Bai took out a piggy bank. He knew he wanted to make movies since he was 10 and understood that money doesn't fall from the sky. So, starting at 10, he saved $1 every week. Now he has a total of $2,184. There's no lead actress. What to do? Lao Bai advertised that for just $25, you could audition for the lead actress role. Not only did he successfully recruit a pretty girl, but he also earned quite a bit from audition fees, and the on-camera fees increased significantly. What about the crew? They drove to the border and randomly picked up a truckload of illegal immigrants. Looking at the entire team in front of him, he relied on them to aim for the Oscars. To be honest, Lao Bai wasn't very confident inside. There's no filming equipment. What to do? He relied on the cameraman, who secretly borrowed from the warehouse using the cover of plants. For the first scene, they went to Xiao He's doorstep, set up, and as soon as the door opened, they started filming. After Xiao He's car left, the pretty girl pretended to come out of the yard, chasing and shouting, "You forgot your briefcase." Xiao He ignored her and walked further away. The first scene was completed smoothly. They successfully captured Xiao He's footage. For the second scene, they continued with hidden filming. Xiao He was eating in a restaurant. Da Meili, however, was made up like a ghost. He asked very puzzledly why Lao Bai couldn't meet Xiao He before filming. Lao Bai explained that Xiao He wanted to see his acting skills. Da Meili said, "I'll let him know soon." What does it mean to be professional? While the agent was in the restroom, Da Meili swayed her fierce body over to Xiao He. "You actually abandoned me for an alien. No matter what you do now, please take me with you." Da Meili put on a brilliant performance, and as soon as Xiao He heard it was about aliens, his paranoia kicked in, and he hurriedly took a car and fled. The second scene was another success. The mentor told Xiao He that there are no aliens in the world, and he needs to stay calm. The third scene was set in a parking lot. To create a scary effect, the director put high heels on a dog. Xiao He could only hear the sound of high heels but couldn't see anyone. He thought it was aliens again and ran for his life, quickly driving away. After filming Da Meili's solo shots, they edited the footage so seamlessly that no one could tell. Da Mei was amazed at how convincing Xiao Hei's scared expression was. She wanted to meet Xiao Hei, but the director told her that with the new filming style, they absolutely couldn't meet off-set. One day, on the road, Da Mei suddenly saw Xiao Hei. She quietly followed him into a clothing store and started talking to him about aliens, scaring Xiao Hei to the point of tears. Xiao Hei was so frightened he started babbling, which led to him staying at his own villa for a few days. Now, they completely lost track of Xiao Hei. Without the male lead, how could they continue filming? This low-budget director wanted to fulfill his childhood dream of making a movie by secretly filming. But with the male lead suddenly missing, Lao Bai came up with a new idea. Find a stand-in and only shoot the back view. They just needed someone whose back looked similar. After rounds of interviews, they found Da Hei, who had a similar build. Before Da Hei could even speak, Lao Bai agreed. The fourth scene required the male lead to run across a highway. Lao Bai assured Da Hei that all the cars were driven by their expert drivers, so he could run without worry. Although Da Hei was scared, he ran across anyway. It was thrilling and exciting. When Da Hei finished the run, Lao Bai told him they forgot to start the camera, so he had to run again. With no choice, Da Hei shouted for his mom and ran once more. The fourth scene was completed successfully. At 4 in the afternoon, Xiao Hei was supposed to go to the clothing store for a photo shoot, so they arrived there early. A lot of photography equipment caught the attention of the patrol officers. They wanted to see their filming permits. The director stepped forward to stop the officers. "Do you have dreams of being a star?" he asked. Little Black, who was healing, told the assistant that there are no aliens in this world. But as soon as he turned around, the assistant was gone. At this moment, Little Handsome, who was pretending to be an alien, came over and said he wanted to take Little Black to another planet. Just as Little Black was at a loss, Little Pretty ran over just in time. Little Handsome had just pulled out a gun when Little Pretty kicked it away and dodged. Crying, she fired a shot at Little Handsome. The prop was so realistic that it almost scared Little Black to death. He quickly ran out, and in his panic, he ran into a clothing store, almost getting caught. Old White quickly turned the camera to pretend they were filming someone else. In the end, Little Black was so scared he got in a car and fled. This shoot was another success, with only one final scene needed to wrap up the movie. That day, when the cameraman returned the equipment, he was seen by the security guard on duty, who was a member of the Meditation Society. He reported this to the mentor, and Little Black was terrified. He was so nervous that he had just gotten into the car when Old White drove up again. This time, the cameraman was hiding in the big tree on the car. Once everything was ready, a strange car suddenly appeared ahead. The driver was Little Handsome, who had been shot a few days ago. The two cars raced backward down the road. The cameraman was filming from a nearby car when the trunk of the alien car suddenly opened, revealing an alien holding a weapon. Little Black was even more frightened. At this moment, a police car came by, and the alien car quickly fled. Just as Little Black was about to call the police, the officer pulled out a gun and awkwardly delivered his lines. Suddenly, a lot of unknown liquid spurted from the officer's face, and then his arm broke. This scared Little Black so much that he cried out for his parents. At this moment, Little Pretty drove up, urging him to get in the car to save his life. Confused, Little Black got in the car. Old White and the others hurried to the observatory, quickly setting up the equipment, waiting for Little Pretty to arrive. As he ran with Little Black, he told him what to do. All he needed to do was shout, "Surrender, you fool," at the alien launch pad, and he could return to the alien planet. The director captured all the desired shots on the monitor. When they reached the rooftop, they received a message from Big Beautiful's mouth. Little Pretty pretended to kill Da Mei and chopped off her head. The two ran to the platform, and Little Black was so scared he was at a loss for words, not knowing what to say. The alien spaceship didn't show up, but the police helicopter arrived instead. It turned out to be the mentor and the security guard. The mentor went ahead and found Old White hiding in the greenery. Little Black thought he had driven away the aliens and shouted excitedly. Old White told everyone the truth, and they were all at a loss, not knowing what to do. Da Mei thought it was a beautiful lie. The director said disappointedly that everything was in vain. At this moment, the staff brought a pile of film, saying it was footage randomly shot while following Little Black. Old White suggested throwing it away. The cameraman recommended taking a look, and unexpectedly, it contained footage of Little Black showing treasures to the cheerleaders. Old White took the video to the mentor. For the sake of Little Black's innocence, the mentor not only agreed but also helped them with publicity. After the movie was released, the feedback was very positive. Old White finally fulfilled his childhood dream. That day, Old White received a letter inviting him to the mainland to shoot a kung fu film, with Big Black as the lead actor. Movie package. The segment plan ends here. This movie tells us that dreams are worth having, just in case they come true. My dream is very simple. Just having endless money is enough. What are your dreams? Alright, if you want to see more great movie explanations, please follow me. Bye bye.
Yeah.